Shubho Shundha, good evening. I'd like to begin by acknowledging the traditional owners and custodians of this land on which we meet today, and I pay my respects to their elders both past and present. My name is Mahin, and I will be your Master of Ceremonies for this event. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, His Excellency High Commissioner of Bangladesh, Qazi Imtiaz Hossain, Honourable MLA Julia Jones, I would like to begin this event with a short brief about Bangladesh and her struggle for independence. Civilization of Bengali nation started in more than 4,000 years ago, but the nation has struggled for hundreds of years, since more than 1,000 years. The borders of present-day Bangladesh were established with the partition of Bengal and India in 1947, when it became the eastern wing of the newly formed state of Pakistan. Interestingly, the newly formed eastern wing was physically separated from the western wing by 1,600 kilometers. Political and linguistic discrimination, as well as economic neglect, led to popular agitations against the power base in the then West Pakistan, first for recognition of linguistic and cultural identity, then for autonomy, and ultimately for statehood. Bangladesh attained independence on 26 March 1971 as the culmination of decades of struggles for freedom and statehood under the inspiring and resolute leadership of the father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. At his call, the Bengali people rose in resistance against the occupation army of Pakistan and waged an epic war for the liberation of this land. The 9-month-long war ended in victory for Bengalis over the Pakistani army on 16 December 1971 in lieu of supreme sacrifices. The genocide in Bangladesh began on the night 25th March 1971 with the launch of Operation Searchlight to suppress Bengali calls for self-determination. During the 9-month-long Bangladesh War for Independence, members of the Pakistani military and supporting militias killed 3 million people and raped about 400,000 Bangladeshi women in a systematic campaign of genocidal rape. No doubt the genocide in Bangladesh is the worst part of human history. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up and join in a 1-minute silence to pay tribute to the 3 million martyrs who made supreme sacrifice for the nation. Our 1-minute silence has ended. Please be seated. Thank you for your respect to our martyrs, whom we remember forever. Just a short housekeeping announcement. The bathrooms are just outside of this hall on the right, and the fire exits are on these areas. Now I request His Excellency High Commissioner of Bangladesh to Australia, New Zealand and Fiji, Qazi Imtiaz Hossain, deliver his welcome speech. His Excellency Qazi Imtiaz Hossain.
Honorable Julia Jones, member of the City Legislative Assembly, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and my beloved children. Assalamu alaikum, and a very good evening. And a very good evening. Today is the 46th Independence and National Day of Bangladesh. On this happy occasion, it is my great pleasure to extend my warmest wishes to all of you. Today is the day of pride for what we have achieved and to express our gratitude to those who sacrificed their lives to bring our freedom. I pay my deep homage and tribute to the father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, who led us in our war of independence. I also pay my deepest tribute to the 3 million martyrs and 200,000 women who lost their innocence in the war of liberation. I also express my gratitude to our Australian friends who stood by us in our struggle for independence. Australia occupies a special place in our foreign policy priorities. Our bond of friendship is deeply rooted in our shared values of democracy, human rights, and commitment to global and regional peace and security. It is indeed heartening to witness Bangladesh-Australia relations grow warmer, closer, and friendlier with each year passing. The government of Bangladesh is deeply committed to strengthening and expanding our relations with Australia in every sphere. Bangladeshi diaspora in Australia is making important contribution in promoting and strengthening relations between our two countries. And I would like to thank my fellow Bangladeshi Australians for their contribution and support. Today is also a day for reflection on our achievement and shortcomings as a people and as a nation, and what we can do more to realize the dream of the father of the nation, Ashonar Bangla, the Bengal of gold. In 45 years, we indeed have come a long way. From an impoverished country in 1975, we are now on the verge of attaining full status of a middle-income country. A country with a population of 160 million and a small space of 147,000 square kilometers. Indeed, we have done wonders. We are regarded as role model for development. The Vision 2021 and the Vision 2041 of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has set the nation on a clear path to attain a middle country status by 2021 and a developed and prosperous nation by 2041. Under the dynamic leadership of the Prime Minister, we have attained significant progress in all areas of socio-economic development, including agriculture, energy and power, communication, physical infrastructure, and urban and rural development. Over 131 million people now have mobile phones in Bangladesh, out of 160 million. Internet growth is rapid, making us now a leading IT sourcing country. We have attained a steady GDP growth of around 6% on an average for the last decades. Our purchasing power capacity, per capita income, foreign currency reserve, export and investment, and employment have all gone up manyfold. Our industrial sector has also witnessed steady and rapid growth along with necessary infrastructure and linkages. Bangladesh is now a major exporter of pharmaceutical, exporting to over 90 countries. We are now the second largest manufacturer and exporter of garments, fourth largest producer of rice, fourth largest producer of sweetwater fish. Ours is the 44th largest economy in the world. Our achievement in women empowerment is globally acclaimed. Perhaps Bangladesh is the only country now where the Prime Minister, the Speaker of the Parliament, the opposition leader in the Parliament, the leader of the second largest political party in the country, outside the Parliament, are all women. Bangladesh is globally acknowledged for her constructive role in promoting peace at regional and global levels. We are the largest force contributor to the UN peacekeeping operations globally. The list of our achievements are even longer than what I have mentioned, and we are proud of that. But we know that we have a long way to go. Our greatest tribute to the father of the nation and the martyrs today would be to renew our pledge to rebuild the country and in the path that is shown by the father of the nation. But we are also very fortunate and blessed as a nation, for we have a clear sense of purpose, which is to uphold the true spirit of liberation war in our nation building. We have a clear sense of direction and a definite roadmap, the Vision 2021 and the Vision 2041. And we are determined in our resolve and commitment to build a prosperous nation and a society where every person, every community is safe and secured and can live in peace and harmony as dreamt by the founding father, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. I thank you all. Long live Bangladesh, long live Australia-Bangladesh friendship. Thank you very much.
Thank you, His Excellency, for your encouraging welcome speech. Would I request Honourable Julia Jones, MLA, now to deliver a speech. Julia Jones, an Australian politician, is a member of the ACT Legislative Assembly, representing the electorate of Molonglo for the Liberal Party since 2012. She is a great fan of Bengali culture and heritage. I am sure Honourable Julia Jones will outline the mutual relation of Bangladesh and Australia and acknowledge the sacrifice of martyrs of the Liberation War of Bangladesh.
Thank you all. It's wonderful to be here. And I'll say a few things about independence and the nation, and I'll reflect a little bit on what I bring to the community as one of the local representatives and the Shadow Minister for Multicultural Affairs. So I respectfully acknowledge Mr. Kazaimas Hossain, who is our Commissioner here today, the High Commissioner. Thank you, Your Excellency, it's so great to be here. And to all the important members of the community who are represented here today, each and every one of you, and all those who are not able to be here today, represent a very important part of Australian society and a very important part of our city of Canberra. So, as I'm sure you all know, Bangladesh was declared independent on the 26th of March 1971 and was recognised as an independent state on the 16th of December 1971. There were up to 3 million people killed in this war to become liberated. And such a war is never an easy undertaking, but can be the forming of strength in a community. Undoubtedly, there was a great deal of cruelty and genocide during this war period. So I pay tribute to those who sacrificed their lives during the 1971 war, as we have today, and in particular, as is often mentioned, to the women who suffered. I pay particular tribute to Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, the father of the nation of Bangladesh, who led the nation to become independent and achieving this in their own right. I feel very proud that Australia was the fourth country and the first developed country to recognise Bangladesh's independence in 1971. And as I've just been discussing with the High Commissioner, we have such close relations that the embassy here has been open since the early 70s as well. So that's something to be greatly proud of, that we've had a close friendship over all these years. On an Australian note, William Uderland was an Australian commando officer who was actively involved, taking part in the Liberation War in 71, and was awarded the 4th highest gallantry award, the Bir Protik, by the government of Bangladesh for his efforts in that struggle. He is the only foreigner to receive this honorary award, so that's something that I'm very proud of, an Australian. Thank you. My husband serves in the Australian military, and so I do understand intimately what is involved in service in such conflicts. And he has served overseas for Australia as well. So after independence, we saw an increase in immigration from Bangladesh to Australia, and many important people in the daily life of this country, and also many very distinguished people, have chosen to call Australia home, including scientists, physicians, academics, and many other professionals. They are contributing to build Australia as a prosperous country. And Australian citizens from Bangladeshi origin are also contributing to Australian politics. Today here we have Ignatius Rosario, who is a member of your community. And Ignatius is going to put his hand up to stand in the ACT election in October. So anything you are able to do to support him would be very welcome. Please put your hand up, Ignatius, so that people can see who you are. I would love this election to be the first election to see a Bangladeshi origin Australian elected to the ACT Legislative Assembly, and for you to have a stronger voice in local politics and in Australian politics. Thank you. So the Bangladesh economy has achieved strong economic growth, growing by 6.5% in recent years. As the High Commissioner mentioned, things are on the improve. And Bangladesh aspires to become a middle-income country by 2021, as we mentioned. Australia is also strong in its work with Bangladesh as a partner in development, and we're always happy to see other nations doing better and better. Bangladesh has a rich cultural heritage with literature, poetry and music, all playing very important parts in your society. Folk arts are very common, as are the roots in traditional Bengali culture. And the music of the sitar and other instruments are very impressive, something different for the Australian ear, you know. So thank you for the way that you bring your culture to us and profoundly affect us and profoundly improve our society with your own experiences. And I will just finish on an important note for me about who I am. When I speak to communities like yours, the thing that we have in common is family. And for the Bangladeshi community, I know family is very important to you. My mother was born in Italy, and she came to Australia when she was 5. So she came out on a boat. They went down the Suez Canal, and she turned 5 on the boat. There's a little story that the captain of the boat said he would give her a balloon. And this is how you see that the daughter of the immigrant becomes a politician, because she didn't get a balloon on her birthday. And she went up to the captain and she said, my grandmother said it was very embarrassing. She poked him in the stomach. Where's my balloon? So she came to Australia full of energy, and my mother attended university and became a teacher, and now her daughter serves you as a local representative. And the things that matter to me are the things that matter to you: family and faith and culture. And my fear is that with the government that we sometimes get in this country, they do not understand how important faith is to our way of life, and it's not an additional extra. It's not something that you can leave at the front door and then go to work. It's an innate part of who you are. And I think without getting too political about our situation here, sometimes it's good to have a change, to bring fresh air in, and for a recognition of the importance of faith and family is what I will bring if we are to form government later this year. The education of your children should be your choice. The values that they learn should be your choice, and I'm very strong on this, and I will stand up for this in the Parliament. So thank you very much for all you're doing for us and for choosing this city as your home. We owe you a great deal. Thank you.